So, I know what you're thinking. This is another reaction video. However, I need to do this because, like, this was on my radar for a while. CinemaSins made a video on the Sonic the Hedgehog movie that came out in February of this year. He made an Everything Wrong with Sonic the Hedgehog in 7 minutes or less. The video is 22 and a half minutes long. I'm scared to see what he says about the movie because, like, the movie does have its flaws, but, like, overall, like, the flaws don't attach from the movie and stuff. I want to see what he thinks is, like, wrong about the movie because, like, there's so much good stuff that happened about the movie. It was a movie that nobody thought would be good, but ended up being probably the best movie, the best video game-oriented movie that we have, and there's a second movie coming out, so that's gonna be fun. However, that's gonna be like a year or two out because of coronavirus and stuff, like, you know, and just because of like how much time it's gonna take and stuff. I really do hope that Jim Carrey reprises his role as Eggman because Jim Carrey did an amazing job at Eggman. His sense of humor and stuff really fit Eggman. I'm glad that they got that because like Eggman and Jim Carrey kind of have this similar vibe to it, so like, I don't know, it fit who Jim Carrey was. It fit who Jim Carrey is. Anyway, enough kind of like spieling about, you know, Jim Carrey and the Sonic movie and stuff like that. Let's actually see what CinemaSins thinks is so wrong with the Sonic the Hedgehog movie in 7 minutes or less. With the spoilers, duh. Alright, let's see this.
Another sequel to The Ring? Is Samara crawling through the Sega Genesis this time? If so, she's gonna be pixelated as 22 golden Cheerios circling your logo will not deter my hatred of this 48-second waste of my life. It only makes me hungry, and I don't want to get up to snack.
I mean, true, the Paramount Pictures did take up a lot of time, but, I mean, it's the Paramount Pictures logo. Like, the Paramount Pictures logo does have a lot of, like, time to, like, you know, get everything in there. It's like a 48-second, you know, intro and stuff. So, I mean, makes sense.
Jesus, Sega, you think you have enough clout to sport a long-ass Marvel-style opening logo at the beginning of your movie?
Okay, well, I mean, this shows the games that they made, and it's a Sega game. It's a Sega movie, so, I mean, Sega wants to, like, flash, like, oh, look at all these games that we did. Like, we made games across many, many different series, including the Genesis, which is very prominently shown in, I think, what is it, Altered Beast?
I have to say, that's some chutzpah. Especially for a system whose second best movie adaptation is... what is another Sega game adaptation? The House of the Dead? Holy you guys should not be leaning into this self-serving logo this hard.
Well, they're a company. They have to. They're supposed to, like, show... Anyway. I need my keyboard plugged in because, yeah. I need to easily pause and play. Oh my god. I need to easily pause and... Please hold. But yeah, I need to, like, pause and play.
I know what you're thinking.
Wow, you knew that I was thinking that starting your movie at the end, only to rewind and show how I got here, and actually start the movie a few minutes later, was a cheap and lazy storytelling device?
I mean, I like it. I like that storytelling device, but, like, yeah, it's kind of overused, but, like, kind of makes sense in this context.
Also, Sonic the narration.
Shut up. Like, shut up. Like, Sonic's narration was good.
And I never had to catch a school bus because I could run across the entire island in less than 2 seconds.
True, yeah. Sonic can go wherever the hell he wants on this island, which makes me wonder, who else besides his maternal figure and the butthole arrow guys live here?
I mean, true, like...
Pretty f***ing big island for just a few people.
That's true, like, you have all of this island, but, like, only a few people live there, like, how? Oh, well, I mean, I guess, like, Green Hill is Sonic's place that he grew up, but... Who the fuck are, like, the owls and stuff, like, you know? Who's Sonic's mom? How did she die? You know, who put this owl fuck in charge of. Anyway.
Also, there was no school. I know, pretty sweet island, right?
Education shaming.
Yeah. No school. Pretty sweet, right? Yeah, I mean, you know, everyone wants to be on an island with there's no fucking school. That's life. Me.
Sonic, someone could have seen you.
No one saw me. I'm too fast.
Top 10 moments taken right before disaster.
Longclaw doesn't want anyone to see Sonic run. Maybe rethink the structures of this island that are very clearly tailored to Sonic's powers. Who else is going to zip through a loopity-loop or rocket up this ramp without dying?
I mean, that is true. Like, it was built for Sonic. Like, who else is gonna, like, attempt to, like, run across a loop at, like, Mach fucking, like, 8?
You have a power unlike anything I've ever seen. And that means someone will always want it.
Mentor character spills super important shit about main character's powers, but only on their deathbed cliche.
Ah, yes. That's a cliche that is very well shown in a bunch of different movies.
Also, maybe Longclaw should warn Sonic about accidentally shedding his Hedgehog needles, because this ends up being the only way anyone can access his unlimited power.
True.
Never stop running.
What a mixed bag of mixed messages to be sending this adolescent alien hedgehog. Don't run because they'll find you, followed by never stop running so they don't find you.
Yeah, don't stop running. Don't run because they'll find you, but, like, also don't stop running because they'll find you. Like, don't stop running, but keep running? Logic? Hello?
I think the takeaway lesson for the kids watching will be that adults have no clue what the f they're doing, so find a magic portal and escape whenever you can.
Facts. Facts.
Why does every parent have
Also true.
to die in an animated kids movie? Walt Disney's disembodied head have a secret meeting with his staff and any future directors of animated films and threaten them with his evil psychic powers if they kept one alive?
Ah, yes. Walt Disney is like, yo, Paramount Pictures, you have the script and all, but, have you considered having a parental figure die in a movie? I have one person that would be fit for dying in this movie. It's a little owl. That is practically Sonic's mother. It would be a shame if, she got shot with arrows and died? And they're like, hire this man's disembodied head. Holy shit, that's amazing. Oh, fuck.
Coming from the side of the sign would easily see the front of these days, but what a shitty hideout for us hours if they kept one alive. I know Sheriff Tom is kind of half-assing it these days, but what a shitty hideout for a speed trap. Anyone coming from the side of the sign would easily see the front of the cruiser and slow down, and there's no way he can get a radar reading on anything until it does cross the sign. Not to mention his nose is sticking all the way out in the freaking road, so he's endangering any approaching motorist.
It's like there's only a small, like, radius of, like, one of those speed things where it's like, and now he's, like, pulled off to the side of the road. It's like, bitch, you were just on the road, and now you're parallel to the road? Bitch.
If the radar gun can comfortably sit in the window and function perfectly, why go through all the trouble to aim it at all? Grab a Sudoku book and wait for the beeper to beep. Better.
I mean, just put it right there and just read a fucking book instead of, acting like you're the shit when you're just, like, shooting that gun and shit. Why don't you just prop it there and just do whatever the fuck you want to it until it goes beep, 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 beep.
Better idea, wiggle your wangle.
Also true.
Also, okay, even at 296 miles per hour, Tom would be able to see Sonic approaching and running by, especially on a flat stretch of road like this. That's fast, but it ain't that fast. 296 is IndyCar fast.
Yeah.
You can clearly see them shits during a race.
Yeah.
Hell, if he couldn't see him coming, he could sure see him going, since he's looking right after him.
I mean, that is true. I mean, if he couldn't see him coming, that means he could still see them, like, he could still see him going, because, literally looking right at where Sonic is going. You're like, how could you not see him? Are you fucking blind?
And thus begins the magical blue MacGuffin that fuels a decent chunk of this movie.
Ah, yes. The magical blue hair of Sonic that drives this entire movie. Drives what Eggman wants to get. And wants this unlimited power that Sonic possesses. But, where are the Sonic robots? I mean, we saw robots in there, but, we didn't see any Sonic robots, and we sure as hell didn't see any flickies. So, Paramount, what the fuck?
Why does Sonic only shed this one quill this entire movie, and presumably his entire life, within easy finding distance of the local sheriff?
Because plot device.
Only God, fate, and the screenwriters can sort that shit out.
And plot device.
Also, Tom clearly went to the Fantastic Four school of picking up potentially alien things with your bare hands as soon as you come across them.
Again, plot device.
Sure, he's no scientist, but he is a lawman, one who just went through a rigorous application to be an actual police officer.
Yes.
This is implying that the turtle wants to go fast. Turtles are down with being slow, man. Haven't you ever heard about the f***ing tortoise and the hare? Or at least seen a Comcast commercial?
Did he ask the turtle for consent before flying down the street at like 300 fucking miles an hour? Jesus fuck.
Wait, even if he can run fast? When did we ever get the indication that Sonic could speed read?
No, nowhere. We didn't get that at all. It was only implied. Because, when Sonic's fast, he's fast at everything.
And sure, maybe he's just blowing through them since he's read them before, but that's just bad comic booking.
He can just get through an entire, massive fucking stack of comics in, 10 seconds? Flat? Hey.
According to Sonic's handy-dandy map, he's visited a lot of unsafe planets,
He has.
which is confusing considering Longclaw clearly told him that she was sending him to a safe world.
And that completely contradicts what is shown here. Good on you, movie.
I guess that means Longclaw probably deserved to die.
You're not wrong. Actually, that's pretty true. So, true.
This whole sequence of staring at the map and then using a ring to solemnly look at another world makes no sense.
yeah,
First
it
off, he's
doesn't.
wasting a ring. One of the rings that we were specifically told were his most prized possession.
And that he should not use them if he isn't in danger. Yet he's not in danger, and you say the ring, let me just see this other world that we go to. And by the way, can I just say, mushrooms? Mushroom Hill Zone in Sonic 3? That's a reference that, is amazing. The land of mushrooms. And, Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic 3, whatever the fuck, It's not fucking Angel Island Zone, so fuck.
Possessions. Second, we learn later that all you have to do is think of a place and the portal will open.
Yes, it's like thinking with portals, except literally you think and you throw the portal.
Sonic somehow possesses previous knowledge of the Mushroom Planet and all the planets listed on this map. Where did this knowledge come from?
Before the movie.
The movie skips right over that and asks us to fill in the blanks.
Yes, it does, because it shows that the movie wants us to think before the movie happened that Sonic knows all of this shit. But, either that or it happens between the time that, Sonic disappears into the, right here and then goes up and stuff. So, between that point, maybe he got to, worlds and stuff, maybe dangerous worlds, he comes to Earth now. And Earth is, dangerous, so why the fuck are you here, Sonic?
Favorite person is the Donut Lord.
Jeez, starting at the end of the movie, parental
Yes.
figure dying, primary character narration, and now a cop eating a donut? I feel like without Jim Carrey, this movie would literally annihilate the cliché-o-meter.
Cliché-o-meter, bing! All the way over here. It's like, on a scale of 0 to holy fuck, it's right off the fucking graph.
And we just got that thing fixed after the brutal beating it took from the Emoji Movie.
Ugh. Yeah. The Emoji Movie, don't remind me about that. That was bad. This, however, is not bad. This is fucking good.
I understand he has to keep hidden, but this is starting to get legitimately creepy.
Yes, staring at a lady doing yoga on her back porch. What's Sonic doing? Sonic eyeing that, what is that, what? What is that? I don't know what that is. Is he eyeing that ass?
I don't care if he is an alien hedgehog. He's also a hormonal teenager watching a beautiful woman do yoga from behind.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. He is hormonal teenager. Typical hormonal teenager that, is gawking at some booty, You know what I'm saying? Sorry for the sudden cut. I had to pause recording OBS. outside to do something. But, I'm good now.
There is
Yeah.
one person in town who's actually onto me.
One person
Yeah,
who
one
is
person.
on to blue streak zooming out of my ass in broad daylight.
Yeah,
Sonic.
one
At this
exact
point, the
person.
entire town would believe in the Blue Devil, and his legend would have advanced to the point where parents were telling their kids to go to sleep, or the blue streak will zip out of the darkness and steal your toy.
I mean, yeah, true.
He calls me the Blue Devil.
I almost caught him last night.
I gotta say, I do agree with his blind hatred of Blue Devils for some reason. I can't put my finger on.
Ooh, is that a bit of shade? Anyway.
Please. Yes, Keanu!
Speed.
You are a national treasure.
Sonic the Peeper
Yep.
is loudly talking to himself
Sonic the Peeper,
on the
nice.
other side of the window. And if he's hearing the movie this clearly, how is no one hearing him? How is the dog calling?
And how is he not there at the window? Holy fuck, which window is he at? This movie makes no sense.
Oh.
Dear Thomas, we have reviewed your application to the San Francisco Police Department.
You see, in movies, good or bad news can only be delivered by reading a mailed letter aloud in front of nervous family members.
As you do.
Hey, what are those?
Apartments for rent I found on Zillow.
What a weird product placement, man. This is like
yeah.
if Tom just whipped out an obviously labeled White Claw to celebrate the job placement.
It's not as weird as the later on product placement of Olive Garden, because holy shit. Nice gift card from Olive Garden you got there.
It's gonna be tough to leave my hometown and all my friendships.
Even if I hadn't seen this movie before, I would definitely know this speech is a fugazi. God, I really littered this entire fucking movie with obvious moments like this that take it from being truly awesome to just being watchable.
I mean, the movie's so good no matter
What
what.
do you think, Sergeant Sprinkles?
I think your sunglasses are going to be nasty and your donut will taste of metallic paper clips. Get a friend.
Yeah, get a real friend instead of a donut. Donuts won't listen to you and you can easily eat them.
I guess this kid has the same shine as Jacob Tremblay's character in Dr. Sleep. Hope
Maybe.
he doesn't have to walk 2.5 miles home through a cornfield. I hear that's pretty dangerous. Envy. Hey, that's an actual cine sin. John Doe even used that shit. Wait, so no one
Envy's
turned
an
the
actual
lights out
sin.
after the game? And they left all this equipment behind? Did the commissioner of this little league go out for a bender after a nail-biter of a playoff game or something?
It's story. Don't question the story.
God damn, the people who run this league are dicks. Kid from Green Hills hits a 3-run walk-off dinger to win a playoff game, but no one could be bothered to update a scoreboard afterward.
I mean, to be honest, it's kind of hard updating manual scoreboards.
He even pulled that shit on a full count. You're telling me they won't even let him snap a selfie of that shit after the game?
No.
Sonic gets sad and runs around the bases until he causes an EMP. No, I totally remember that being part of the original game.
Yeah, because you know it's part of the original game. You know, Sonic Adventure, runs around so fast because of an EMP that blocks out the entire, Station Square electricity, Classic. Classic.
Can't believe you're bringing that freak into this.
Neither can I, but we have no choice.
You know, the
You do
whole
have
we
a
have no
choice.
choice bullshit in every movie,
Yeah.
but especially this one. This man suggested bringing the 5th and 6th Regiment, whatever the that means, 30 seconds ago.
Yes, he did, but then he's like, we have no other choice. We can bring the Maniac in, Maybe he can knock some sense into something.
Oh, literally offering another choice. Just say you want to find an excuse to introduce Jim Carrey's next eccentric character, and let's get on with it.
I mean, Jim Carrey did a good job as Eggman. Let's not bash that.
Tell him his men report to me now. Blah, 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 blah.
Isn't this information that Bennington would immediately check out?
Yeah.
Robotnik is spouting all this bullshit, but it's not like he's actually shown he's in charge of anything.
I mean, not yet, but,
All he did was flash a barcode at the Major, for fuck's sake. In other words, this works.
Yeah, this works somehow. That works.
Do you see anything useful in this image?
Nothing at all, Doctor.
Besides a fully formed footprint near the scene of a cataclysmic event that disabled a quarter of the country? You don't see anything useful in that?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't see anything useful in the footprint of a mammal that caused an entire blackout. Because why would he?
This guy is something else.
Or girl. I mean, we know it's a guy, but at this point it could be a girl or an it.
I mean, you don't have to question that. I mean, it's 2020. You can make whatever the fuck you want.
Mushroom Planet, here I come. Oh no, they're right outside. I gotta go somewhere else.
The fact that the enemy is right outside is the very reason to activate the portal ring and go through immediately. Good plot device, God.
Yes, actually, good plot device. Thank you.
Someone forgot to read the horrible list of side effects when they took a massive overdose of their 4 Reasons pills.
Yeah.
Side effects include irritability that lasts the remainder of the film, an immediate feeling of dissatisfaction, an overall growing lack of respect for the writers of the film, and an increasing lack of interest in source material.
What you doing?
Just coloring with JoJo and Rachel.
You are coloring. JoJo is clearly playing with Legos, including building this massive spaceship, and she's working at a much higher grade level than you.
Is.
The only apps on my phone are the
You're stupid.
ones that came with it.
In the Olive Garden.
Because when you're there,
Your family.
Mother these weird ass product placements. Now there's
Olive Garden, because when you're there, your family. You know, put a sit on for the Olive Garden thing. Jesus fuck, I can't believe I'm like actually. You know, put a sit on. Come on, like just do it.
They're saying the exact catchphrases from the commercials. Are they gonna start singing the Liberty Mutual theme next? I'm adding 30 more sins for this weird product.
Please do. Please do.
Meow?
I don't know. I think he'd look less.
Please do add sins to that. Oh my god, that's something that I actually agree with him about.
Threatening if he had a giant set of teeth. I demand that the effects team go back now and fix the design so I can watch the Sonic of my dreams, damn it.
You mean the one that is not refueled, and they should redo the entire movie with that cut? Paramount, get on that, please. We need the cut of the movie, where it is the terrible, Sonic design instead of this good shit.
Sonic isn't fast enough to dodge a fucking tranquilizer dart?
Apparently not.
It's not like he doesn't know what guns are. He's been here for 10 years. 10 years!
Yes, he has, but apparently he can't dodge a fucking trank dart.
This bag is such a shifty little bitch. Sonic pulled a ring out of it, didn't close it, and yet as it falls, the bag is clearly clamped shut.
Continuity!
But earlier, when it gets knocked over by wee ping pong ball, all the contents came spilling out for narrative convenience.
Again, continuity.
Tona Lord?
You can talk.
Yeah, because not much has changed since it spoke to you in the shed a few minutes ago. You know, when it read San Francisco off your shirt right after clearly exclaiming, ow, after taking a dart to the leg.
Yeah.
Is this your mothership?
No.
Not in the mood to get probed.
Why does Tom immediately assume Sonic is an alien?
Because he's blue, he's a hedgehog. What else would you think he is? A fucking something?
Sure, he can talk and doesn't look like most animals or humans, but he's got pretty fucking animal and human-like features.
I mean, true.
And is even wearing shoes. Why wouldn't he think he's at least from a weird part of Earth, like Ohio?
Okay. Okay.
But you have to help me.
Okay.
No, I don't. Why?
Well,
You
my
do.
legs, which normally would be classified as lethal weapons, feel like spaghetti.
Well, everything about Sonic, his speech, arm movements, and brain power have returned completely to normal after the tranquilizer, but his legs won't work? That's such lazy
Story.
screenwriting that it might have been left over from a recent Star Wars script.
Story, plot device.
You're from the power company? Oh, you must know my buddy Spencer. We play softball together.
Spence. He's a good man.
Even as socially awkward as he is, there's no way an actual genius like Robotnik would fall for an easy trick like this.
Yeah, he has a fucking, like, what, 300 IQ brain, and yet he still falls for this fucking shit? Like, come on, Thinky boy. Think a little harder, Thinky boy.
Holy shit, now this movie's ripping off E.T.? Has it no shame?
Ah, yes, the E.T. ripoff. Yes. Squire, add another sin to the counter.
Why are there
Thank you.
multiple scanners up in the attic? It's a pretty big house, right? Not to mention that there's a lot of land outside that the perpetrator could have escaped to.
True.
They need a hard target search, damn it.
I mean, they do. They need, like, a zoom in, like,
Be checking every gas station, residence,
should.
warehouse, farmhouse, henhouse, outhouse, and doghouse in that area. God damn it, another movie with armed drones. If Bad Boys for Life and Spider-Man Far From Home have taught me anything, it's that I hate f***ing armed drones.
I hate them too. I don't know the sin.
Can you believe Amazon is gonna deliver packages?
Bailiff, add 50 sins.
With these things?
Topical humor that will be outdated by the time this movie hits the basic cable networks.
Yes.
I just saw a guy race out of here and thought that you should stop them.
Nice opportunity for Jim Carrey to choose scenery, but they can't have gotten far, right? And aren't there only like 3 roads in this town? Couldn't
I
they be
think
pursuing
so.
Tom and Sonic right now instead of Robotnik wasting time being a smarmy butthole?
I mean, Yeah.
Okay, pal. Out you go.
So you're telling me that Tom assaulted a government agent, escaped certain death with the help of Sonic, loaded up in the truck and absconded with what he thinks is an alien creature, drove all the way out of town, and once the alien tells a perfectly plausible alien story, he tries to kick him out of the truck? The kind of reaction is this?
A reaction of someone that doesn't want to deal with this shit anymore. Get the fuck out of the car. You're going back to your home, bitch. Hi.
So, as I crashed into the cold, dark water of the Pacific...
Okay, look, I need to know how fast Sonic is. Montana's a big state.
It is.
But even if they're on the far west side of it, it would be at least 400 miles each way to reach the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah.
And radar previously clocked him at 296 miles per hour. But he did this at least 800-mile journey in seconds.
That's weird.
Just let us know what his powers are, movie. We can handle math, I promise.
Is he fast, or how fast is he? Is he 296, or is he like 700 miles an hour? Because, like, you know, just I don't fucking know.
Also, Sonic seems to know an awful lot about our world, which means he'd know about the internet and Google Maps and all that. So why can't he ask Tom what the pointy building in San Fran is called? Look it up on Tom's phone, and boom! He's there and back in seconds, and I don't have to watch the rest of this movie. All in favor?
Because he doesn't have knowledge of that. But true.
I'm wet. I'm cold. There's a fish on my head.
Nice name for a, you know, I don't know.
Buy that he's cold, but there's no fucking way he's still wet.
I mean, it shows that he's still fucking wet.
Or that the fish would have stayed on his head during the journey, considering the speed he was going.
Stay in the car. I don't want anybody seeing you.
Great idea. Sonic has been shown to have incredible patience and the ability to do what he's told, and there's no reason whatsoever to take him to the phone booth with you. Come on over to the wild, can't-resist temptation party, where all lead characters are lured by excitement and danger. You'll know.
The good old can't resist the temptation to join a party cliche. Squire, add that to my book of cliches. And also Addison.
A CRT party when they conveniently appear out of the window when all was quiet moments ago.
I mean, true.
You right in the ear, Tom. Not only did you not lock the doors or set the alarm on your truck while you went to do your business, you didn't even fucking roll the windows up.
You monster!
Really think this alien hedgehog is going to follow the stern warning with all these escape possibilities?
Yes, he did, but, you know, since he's so fucking stupid, he did not think of the possibility of Sonic jumping out of the fucking car.
What can I get you, fellas?
Playing off that this is a kid in a mask is ridiculous. Sonic's blinking eyes are as large as the waitress's lady lumps. Why does no one freak out about this?
Yes, Sonic's eyes are as big as those memories, you know?
Well, he's actually 43 years old and suffers from a very rare skin disease.
Again, how are you gonna buy that shit?
Like that.
Also known as the Scooby-Doo in obvious and terrible disguise defense, which has worked a shocking amount of times.
Yes, or any other disguise when an animal has tried to pass off as a human and it worked. You know? Don't ask me. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck's going on here. Don't ask me. You wanna ask me about shit? I don't fucking know.
And now that I'm leaving Earth forever, I guess I missed my chance.
But why leave Earth forever when there are so many places to relocate? He could say anywhere on Earth and start over. New Delhi, Whistler, Eggendorf, Churchtown, Branson, fucking Missouri, for all I care. Okay, first off, no one notices this bullshit. This bar is full of belligerent large drunks, and no one notices the supersonic dart throw or the damages to all those Corona extras.
Except for that lady.
Also, how in the ever-loving shit does this poor lady survive this? She should be full of more holes than Sonny Corleone at the fucking toll stop. I don't care that the movie's ripping off a bunch of other movies that do this supersonic sequence, but I do care that there's not enough time to take a selfie with this asshole.
I mean, to be honest, to be fair, Sonic is going pretty fucking fast. So he has time to do whatever the fuck he wants.
The speed at which Sonic is traveling would mean the aperture would be relatively open for this entire stunt, not taking a full photo this quickly. Also, here's one of the main issues with this scene in general. Sonic creates this Rube Goldberg trap for everyone in the bar except Cyclops. Like he's done this hundreds of times. Like with Quicksilver and X-Men, we figured he had pulled some of these pranks before and honed his craft. Do we think Sonic's ever done something like this? What a waste. In spring of 2020, these dudes would be selling for $3,700 apiece.
True.
Oh, wait a second. Did we even pay our tab? It doesn't matter!
You. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Your server made a special case to get you into this bar, then got shot full of darts, then had all her customers annihilate each other.
You should at least fucking pay the lady.
Hope you're happy when she can't make rent, has to pull her kids out of school so they can start fencing watches on the street, and only then they can have a lukewarm dinner of macaroni and cheese once per week.
Add another sin!
Damn it, if only we had motor vehicles we could use to chase these bastards down this incredibly straight road. Ah well, let's head back inside and hit up another round of Appletinis.
As you do.
And suddenly we have 2 bucket lists, as this clearly is not the same one that we were shown 2 minutes
Ah, yeah, the 2 separate bucket lists, because, you know, story.
ago. This is a massive continuity error, all because we're supposed to catch feelings about Sonic wanting a friend. I just want to know when he dressed up like Elvis, or why calling into a radio station is still
Yeah, when did he dress up as fucking Elvis?
a thing.
Thomas Wachowski, accused of committing an act of domestic terrorism.
Holy sudden volume increased news position.
Yeah. Holy, like, increased news volume all of a sudden. It's like, oh, you know, and this guy has been arrested for several warrants convicting against his murder. Like, bruh. Oh, yeah, and, this zoo got taken over, but now it's time for the rest. In this story, like, bruh.
Batman, this TV has such perfect timing, it has to be on the plot to frame Tom.
Judging by the quickest route to San Francisco, the approximate speed of their vehicle.
Hang on, how the hell did Robotnik know they were going to San Francisco?
Reasons.
Even though they threatened the big dude at the bar, he didn't know where the hell they were headed.
I mean, maybe he saw, like, you know, fucking, like, I don't know, details that inclined him to believe they were going to San Francisco.
Maybe there was a deleted scene that showed someone in the bar who knew, f it. They just didn't give any thought to this, did they?
I don't think they did.
I'm gonna move to San Francisco, become a street cop.
Tom is clearly delusional. He's a fugitive now, and there's zero chance he'd be dreaming of the streets of San Francisco. He'd be crushed that his dreams aren't coming true.
Yes.
I mean, if he were real, which he isn't.
Yeah, he's not real, but if he was, then, bye-bye, Tom.
Mayhem.
Wait, how did Robotnik set up this enormous tank at some rando California entrance ramp so quickly?
It's Robotnik. Don't question him. You dare question Robotnik?
I was wrong about you. You're not the Donut Lord at all. You're more like the Jerk Lord.
Accusing someone of not being a hero while they are actively keeping a harpoon vehicle safely on the streets so you stay alive.
You know, like most people do.
Oh, sweet. It's that vintage Sonic maneuver where he blows it up by rolling into a ball. I actually think that's part of the game, but I honestly don't remember.
It is.
Since I was either too young or too high when I played it to remember the
Probably both.
details.
If I don't make it, just ditch me. You seem good at that.
God, adolescent Sonic is almost as big of a dick as Teen Groot from the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Also true.
I feel like all these machines were exceptionally easy to kill. Like, if this actually was a video game, we'd be set on the beginner level, for sure.
Yeah.
Not only does Tom do nothing to stop this laser-armed drone from cutting his car in half, he keeps
He does
driving.
keep driving.
Sonic!
So what's wrong with him? He just passes out until they get to San Francisco, then magically wakes up and is fine again. Bombs do weird things to characters in movies, man.
Yeah, they
Sometimes
do.
they'll blow your arm clean off. Sometimes they'll just knock the wind out of you for several hours, even from the same distance. Why would the quill be lighting up like one of those glow sticks you get at raves right now?
I don't know.
I thought it only responded when Sonic got all hot and bothered. Right now he's firmly on ice.
And,
No, I am calling-
maybe he's hot and bothered and nice, you know?
The FBI, I am calling the CIA.
Jesus, it seems the only character trait poor Rachel was given was really hates Tom.
Yeah, she really hates Tom, and she really hates her choice for liking Tom. She's like, no, I want nothing to do with him. He's bad news. I told you he was bad news. Don't get near him at all. Bruh.
And thus begins a hilarious vintage Jim Carrey sequence, which wouldn't look out of place during his stand-up heyday back in the late 80s.
I mean, it fits Jim Carrey, let's be
It's
honest.
so good to have this off-the-wall Jim Carrey back that I have to remove a sip. Having said that, this is totally a Jim Carrey sequence,
is.
having almost nothing to do with Dr. Robotnik as a character, except that he's also harvesting the power of Sonic's quill.
It's
So,
it's
as endearing
totally
as this
Jim Carrey
is, I'll probably
sequence.
just go back to watching old-school YouTube videos of Carrey's stand-up instead. Does
I mean,
Rachel do that she can afford this huge-ass house in San Francisco?
we don't know.
I'm not doubting she can, and does make serious bank, but have you seen the prices in San Francisco?
They're fucking ridiculous.
You'd have to be Elon fucking Musk to be able to afford this kitchen alone.
Yes.
Jojo, untie your mother. Jojo!
I know they had to get the sister out of the picture, but these bungee cords wouldn't hold an unruly third grader,
They
man. Not
wouldn't.
that I've tried or anything. I'm just estimating.
Oh.
I have human smelling salts in my human first aid kit.
First off, why does Maddie, a veterinarian, carry around a human first aid kit that's accessible at a moment's notice?
Maybe the owner of the something.
Second off, who the shit has fucking smelling salts in a first aid kit? That kit's for like gauze and antibiotic ointment and stuff. Does she also have an
Smelling
adrenaline
salts.
needle in there in case Vincent Vega brings an overdose gangster's wife over to her place in the middle of the night?
Yes.
They won't hurt your feet anymore.
And that's the story of how Sonic receives
yes.
his iconic shoes. Forget that at any point in the movie he could have stolen them from the town along with all the other stolen shit or whatever he rummaged from the garbage in his cave.
Actually, no.
No one's ever given me a gift before.
Oh yeah? What about your mother figure Longclaw, who literally gave up her life for you to be safe? That's not good enough for you?
Maybe he doesn't remember, or maybe the movie left that out for reasons.
Is there anything you didn't hit?
Why did we let the alien drive?
Why indeed? What purpose did this serve to the story at all? Tom drove them all the fucking way from Montana, but leaves it up to Sonic to drive through San Francisco?
Yes, he does.
Which, by the way, is impossible in the best of circumstances.
I mean, you're not wrong.
No good. You need a special key to get to the roof.
It's almost like the movie creators thought we'd forget that in the first minute of the movie we saw Sonic scale the building.
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, let's remind you that Sonic can scale a fucking building.
I can't breathe in here.
Do you have your child in that bag?
Just to be clear, nothing ever comes out of this child in a bag moment,
No.
meaning the two adults who think they have discovered a toddler inside a bag do not report the incident, but rather slink away into the background like the cowards they are.
They're just like, okay, back away, you know, like, maybe they do have a toddler in the bag, you know, like, just fucking get away here, and just, no, I'm not gonna call the cops, because I'm just gonna slink away here, I'm gone now, you know? Like, that's what they do. Also, I'm back here now, so I can scream, and you'll be able to hear it! Yeah. Also, that bit was fucking stupid. I'm sorry if you cringed. A lot. Because I'm sorry too.
Look, I know we're playing fast and loose with the rules, and I don't really know the security situation with the big pointy skyscraper in San Francisco, but I guarantee you it is not that easy to walk out onto this roof without anyone noticing.
I mean, people would notice if you walked on the roof, so this is just bullshit.
This faux goodbye takes so long that they could have had time to send an invitation to Dr. Robotnik via snail mail, have him RSVP, show up for some tasteful yet evil formal attire, then gather up his troops to meet them all at this location.
Bailiff Adam Wilson!
He didn't prep all that shit ahead of time? Hell, this is as dumb as how long it takes for the Death Star to warm up before it fucks up a planet. Sonic goes in and out of consciousness more than Logan at the end of his movie. Why doesn't Sonic follow his friends through the portal? He throws the portal ring in front of him and below his pals, and they fall through the portal and he misses it?
For some weird reason.
Did he run around the portal? Are we to assume it closed instantly? And if so, can anything in this movie follow its own goddamn rules?
So, here we are again.
Yes, back at the annoying crutch of narration. Thank God someone walked into the editing booth and said, whoa, that's the same spot where we started the movie. Let's roll that rad narration back, bro.
Yeah,
Robotnik should know better than to cause Sonic to do his Super Smash Brother ultimate pose. Jeez, now he's gonna reignite that long gestating Sega Nintendo feud.
Ah, yes.
Me, they're killing more innocent city dwellers than the Avengers.
Lost visual contact!
Dr. Eggman relies so heavily on his robotic superiority that I find it impossible to believe he doesn't have an energy sensor diddly whopper on his dashboard that would give him the upper hand throughout this entire chase sequence. Why in the goddamn hell would Sonic lead him back to Green Hills?
Well, yeah,
sure,
why?
the menfolk are tough and the women are true and stern, but what about, like, space? Can't Sonic survive
Yes,
in
he
space?
can.
He lead Robotnik to an entire other world before now? Why does it have to be Earthbound? And why the hell does it have to be Green fucking Hills?
I mean, you have a good point. Sonic's fucking dead.
Oh yeah, Sonic is dead again.
Yeah,
Bummer,
he's
I
dead
guess.
again.
I don't know. Clap a bunch and see if he comes back to life. I honestly have lost track of what does and doesn't harm him at this point. Also, now would be definitely a very good time to mourn the not real death of
Yes,
Sonic.
it
You know,
would.
while a crazy man has a weapon that can blast holes through Deputy Pew Pew and McChainsaw.
Also true.
No, take your time. We'll wait.
Take your time with this.
My friend.
Oh my God, the power of friendship brought him back to life.
Power of friendship. Cliche. Hey, get that on the book. Get that on the book of cliches. Add that. That's another one. Okay? No, not that book. The other book. There you go. Write that down.
Right. Sweet. I mean, I don't know why he had to go all supersonic to send Robotnik to the Mushroom Kingdom, especially considering all he needed was a ring. But given the circumstances, I guess I'll celebrate like Doc Brown at the end of Back to the Future.
Just go. Yeah!
The solo Sonic baseball game earlier may have been the most genuinely emotional moment in this entire movie. The greatest sin by far is Sonic excluding a high five from his plot-dominant bucket list.
True.
We can never go back there.
I mean, are we? Because it kind of feels like we're home right now.
But first, clear up that whole "I'm a terrorist" wanted by every government agency in the country thing. Does anyone care about that?
Yeah, it's like, oh, by the way, I'm considered a terrorist by like every fucking country. Like, you know, that.
You act like you've never seen a fight between an intergalactic space rodent and a robot with a doctorate.
A surprisingly clever line coming from a man who can barely remember to breathe and swallow.
No second-best animal friends allowed in my room.
And so, the nasty roof people live happily ever after with Sonic in the attic and the family dog, who apparently can climb the attic stairs to get to the family.
Yeah.
Nothing makes sense, nobody cares, movie is over.
Not over just
not
yet.
over. And so, the insane villain lives off hallucinogenic mushrooms, convinced he will find a way to return to Earth for revenge.
Yes.
We all know that won't happen until he's gained 75 pounds and looks like an actual egg, and it turns out that is difficult when you have the psilocybin rolls. This movie is nowhere near epic enough for 3 endings.
It is.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
And so, f***ing Tails shows up for those dense enough to not realize that this movie is riddled with nods to a sequel.
I mean, yeah.
And hopefully,
littered with sequel, like, references everywhere.
in that movie, we will find out how the f*** he managed to get a pair of red sneakers just like Sonic.
I mean, he already had them.
The f***ing end.
The end 173 sentence.
The hideousness of
The
that
Athens
foot will haunt my dreams forever.
Did you know the CinemaSin writers have podcasts?
No, and I don't care. Shut up. But yeah, let's get to the post-credits.
Check out Sincast and Behind the Sins by searching for CinemaSins wherever you listen to podcasts.
This is the island where I'm from. It had everything. Sandy beaches,
geeks, Sherpas, a Jamaican nurse wearing a
Yeah.
shower cap.
Shoot that fucking
Tommy, that's a taping.
I did it! I did it!
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Yep, you
The
played
future
yourself.
is now! Soon every American home will integrate their television, phone, and computer.
My.
You're crazy. I like you, but you're crazy.
Listen, Mr. Doctor.
Yeah.
Doctor.
It's strange.
Lady,
Doctor
who am I to judge?
Road trip? Whoop whoop!
Really?
Yeah,
I'm
really.
very badly injured. I think my legs might be broken.
All right, Eggman.
You want to get nuts? Come on! Let's get nuts.
Who the hell do you
Let's
think
get
you
fucking
are?
nuts, dude.
Star-Lord.
My name's Star-Lord. But yeah, that was fucking it. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, that was it. So that was probably the longer of reaction videos on my channel. Yeah, that was fun. I like that. Yeah. I'll see you